Jarome Iginla leads this team in goals. He's got 24 on the season. Derek Roy can't get it by Matt Duchene. Now an opportunity for Teddy Purcell. Quickly up for Yakupov. Nail Yakupov. Lets the shot go. Varlamov the save. The rebound goes between the legs. Drops it for Pouliot off the end of his stick. A bouncing puck comes to Klefbom at the point. He's able to keep that back in briefly. Now Barrie quickly outlet pass. Gets it back again. Fires a shot. Scrivens the save. The rebound for Landeskog at a tough angle. Again stopped by Scrivens. O'Reilly plays it back to Barrie. Barrie flips a pass to Ryan O'Reilly. Down low for Tanguay. He'll give it to Landeskog, the captain. Back to the point. Jan Hejda steps into a shot, and it's blockered into the corner by Scrivens.
He played that really well. That was a good-looking 3-on-2, and Hejda played it terrific.
Lander from the corner. Anton Lander. Opportunity for Marincin. Shot. He scores. Martin Marincin gets his first NHL goal. He opens the scoring here at Rexall.
That's a nice feeling for Martin Marincin. I mean, it was a heck of a shot for his first NHL goal. This is good work by the line of Anton Lander, working down with Taylor Hall. They're doing the work down low after the 3-on-2 was taken away, and what a shot off the post and in. Work it down low. Marincin reads it perfectly, jumps in at the right time. But still, the realism is there. He knows that the end is closer.
584 career goals. 36 of them have come against the Edmonton Oilers. There's Klefbom shot. Rebound, side of the net, scores. Jordan Eberle makes it 2-0 for Edmonton.
Everybody talks about the Oilers, highly skilled team, real fast, but they get after pucks. Here's the speed, but you got to get in first and work it. So you get in first and you work the puck, and then you get to the front of the net. Jordan Eberle gets to the puck first, pops it back, gets the support, and then he's going to roll to the net. That's the key. You cannot just stay on the outside.
For the Avalanche, the Oilers with a 2-0 lead. Pass for Klefbom doesn't work. Intercepted there by Mitchell. John Mitchell back to the point. Here comes a shot from Redmond. Handled by Scrivens. The rebound is clear. Andrew Miller, 56 points in 58 games in Oklahoma City. Lander to Hall. Hall snaps a shot, scores. Taylor Hall makes it a 3-0 game.
Transition right away. Taylor Hall and the speed again, the quickness that we've already talked about on that wonderful quick release. That should be better than a 29th place power play.
30 power play goals on the season, just 16 of them on the road. Here comes Landeskog. Landeskog with Iginla and Tanguay. Shot stopped by Scrivens. Their top line ready to get back on the ice with under 5 minutes to go in the first period. 3 goals scored total the last time these teams met. Here is O'Reilly with a great move, hit the side of the net. O'Reilly in the corner. Drops it there for Tanguay. Tanguay gives it back to O'Reilly. Ryan O'Reilly, nice move around Pouliot. Still has it, dishes off. Here is Hejda stepping into a slap shot with Landeskog providing the screen. That Varlamov was going to be the guy starting both games. You wonder if that changes. Iginla with it now. Jarome Iginla from the corner down low. Duchene right out in front to Iginla. His shot stopped by Scrivens. Searches for the rebound and finds it. Second power play for Colorado. They had 3 shots on their power play in the first period. Jarome Iginla fires a shot towards the net, deflected just wide. Iginla will give it to Barrie. Barrie gains the line against Marincin. Tyson Barrie from the corner, plays it around the boards. Landeskog waiting for it there. He'll give it to O'Reilly. Ryan O'Reilly takes the shot. Iginla steps into it, and Ben Scrivens makes a glove save, and he'll hang on.
Little fake shot from Ryan O'Reilly tries to freeze everybody. And there's the patent one.
Iginla with 5 power play goals on the season. Tyson Barrie with it now. 30 seconds left to go in the 5-on-3. Barrie fires a shot right on. The rebound comes loose, and it's cleared down the ice by Anton Lander. Klinkhammer out of the box. 5-on-4 for the next 45 seconds. O'Reilly lays it back to Barrie at the point. Iginla, another shot coming. This time he finds the back of the net. Jarome Iginla, power play goal. It's 3-1.
And this time, Gabriel Landeskog, number 92, in front of the net, does obscure the vision of Ben Scrivens. This puck is going to go back up to the top. As Ben Scrivens is going to move to his right, the shot's going to come back to left, but watch Landeskog here. Perfect position to screen for the right-handed shot of Joe McGinley, and Martin Marincin isn't helping much at all in this situation. Again, you see from the point of view of Ben Scrivens, he's trying to find it, but he sees nothing. Runs the defense. He will have to use Klefbom and Schultz quite a bit. He already uses them nearly 25 minutes a game. They may get more.
Miller at the point. Miller gives it to Marincin, lets a shot go. Bear the save, the rebound for Ole, who's parked himself right in front. Play from the corner to Schultz. His wrist shot just missed on the stick side. Pouliot pushes it back to Eberle. To the middle, and it's Nate Ginnon, but he is stripped of the puck by Nugent Hopkins. Here's a shot by Pouliot, stopped by Berra and deflected up into the netting. Behind the net, now it comes right out in front. The bouncing puck for Everberg. I don't think anybody knew where that one was.
A little weird, wasn't it?
Leash back to the point. Holden steps into a slap shot. Scrivens makes the save, and he wants to get a whistle and does. But get it to Tyson Barrie. Barrie got an assist on that goal by Iginla. Comes to Landeskog. Landeskog in the middle. O'Reilly shot. Wow, he hammered it. A rebound. Oh, Ben Scrivens couldn't get it. And now it's a 3-2 game.
Excellent attack up the ice by the Colorado Avalanche, and they are right back in this game. Drive wide, middle drive shot, rebound opportunity. You talk about hand-eye or eye-hand coordination. Alex Tanguay, we were talking yesterday to him, he was talking about his daughter, who's a great tennis player, said, you know, she's got great eye-hand coordination, almost as good as mine. I don't know, that's pretty darn good right there. His 21st goal of the season, slides it home.
Purcell knocks it down just inside the blue line, feeds the puck to Yakupov. Leaves it there for him. Eddie Purcell under pressure, and this is Hischier. Outlets to Redmond. Redmond winds, fires a blast. Big rebound given up cross ice to Ginnon. Slap pass for Barrie. Barrie lets a shot go. It went off Klefbom. Barrie another shot, and that one goes just wide. Duchesne out in front. Mitchell shot, and another save by Scrivens. Here's Barrie. Another shot. He rings it off the goalpost for the second time.
It was all over in that shot.
He's got the puck again. Another shot deflected. Rebound in front for Iginla. Mitchell looking for it. He goes down. Stewart shot. Doesn't make it through. Klefbom back the other way. Quickly up for Pouliot. Benoit Pouliot drop pass for Eberle. Here is Eberle. Letting a shot go. Bear the save. The rebound cleared away by John Mitchell. The Colorado Avalanche looking to come back with trailing after 2 for the 7th time. Nugent Hopkins, wrist shot. Berra makes the save. The puck goes straight up, ends up behind the net. Joey Hischier, along with Caron. Here is a shot by Hamilton, stopped by Scrivens. Caron's shot doesn't make it through. Hischier turns, lets it go. Scrivens makes the save. He'll hang on. Purcell behind the net. Teddy Purcell takes a look. Klefbom out in front. Shot stopped by Berra. As Klefbom came right down the middle, now he's got to hustle back. Here comes Duchesne. Duchesne cutting in Marincin, a one-handed shot. Scrivens makes the save. As Drew mentioned tonight, got his team on the board, a power play goal at 5:22 in the second period. Give away, Tanguay in front. Tanguay right to Ryan O'Reilly. This game is tied. Tanguay and O'Reilly combine to make it 3-3.
How about a sixth sense of knowing where your man is, your teammate is? Justin Schultz. Puck is going to come back in his own zone. He's got time. He looks up. Now he's going to gain the net and try to create some space, but he's not able to do it because of the pursuit of Gabriel Landeskog. Landeskog pursues, causes the turnover, and how does Alex Tanguay know, besides Ryan O'Reilly yelling, Alex!
Schultz and Marincin together. Marincin intercepts the puck, and he will give it to Klinkhammer. Stewart towards the net. Stewart is there. The Oilers in possession. Berra makes the save, kicks it out. We talked about Schultz playing almost 28.5 minutes in that game against Winnipeg on Monday. Anton Lander with it now. Shot by Klefbom. Berra makes the save on the glove, but then it's squirted free. Schultz to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins being watched by McLeod. It is Eberle with the puck now. Eberle. Nugent Hopkins fires a shot. That is blocked by him. Another chance. Rebound loose. Oh, what a save by Nick Holden.
Well, the shot block breaks the stick, and then you've got some problems. And right at the very end, The Oilers take advantage of the forward without a stick, drop it down, but Nick Holden in the crease, down in the butterfly.
Gets the win. The Oilers don't get possession, and it's Yakupov. Pouliot in front. Eric Roy in the slot. Tipped right on. Pouliot looking for the rebound. It sits there again, and it's in the net. Derek Roy. A power play goal gives the Oilers back the lead.
You want to have good special teams, you've got to be able to take control of the puck off the face-off. On the face-off, it's good puck pursuit by Benoit Pouliot. That starts everything. And then getting in front, Benoit Pouliot with the big screen. Barra can't find it. There's the act of Pouliot. There's Derek Roy. He just gets in behind. Huge block.
40 shots for the Avalanche. The 9th time the Oilers have given up 40 or more shots in a game. They're trying to win their second. And giving up more than 40. Oh, what a save by Ben Scrivens. O'Reilly robbed. Puck comes around the near side for Taylor Hall. Nikitin gave it away to Iginla. Iginla to Mitchell. Mitchell shot stopped by Scrivens. Rebound cleared by Hall. A backhand. Mitchell lays it down low. Here is John Mitchell. John Mitchell was Stewart calling for it. Mitchell waits. Redmond back to Mitchell. Fires a shot. And the rebound went right by Duchesne. Barry to Iginla. Jerome Iginla, centering pass. Barry, good shot. Oh, Tanguay with an opportunity as Scrivens tried to cover it. The chance the Avalanche had. The Oilers come up with a one-goal victory.